How to keep working when you are just not feeling it. What a beautiful title that is, if you reflect on that. So let's reflect on it. How to keep working. So, first of all, why it is important to keep working on something, why that is important. We would like to reflect on that just to ensure that this topic is important for us. Um, you can think any way you want in your private personal life, no matter what you are doing, and also in the context of international businesses. Why it is important for any entity to keep on working, or even on individual level. So, because businesses are collection of people, generally speaking, we are not in the age where artificial intelligence is controlling all the businesses yet. The human element is important. So in that context, even if we try to discuss on an individual level, that will take care of any aspect, including international business. So I would like to discuss it on the level of individual, like why it is important for an individual to keep on working on something. So please reflect on that. So very beautiful, Lisa. Thanks very much to reach the desired end goal. So what is the life if there is no goal for the life? If the life does not know, is not established any goal worth reaching for. So goal setting, why goal setting would be important. Have you guys, all of you, have decided your goal, what you want to do in your life, and you are working every day on that goal? Like, let's say you want to become a guitar player, you want to become a guitarist. So that is, if that is your goal, uh, how much time you are putting on that goal every day, and why it is important to work on your goal every day. Yeah, that you would want to reflect on. And when you are just, and the title is very interesting, when you are just not feeling it, and all of us have uh, gone through that feeling that we just not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it today. I don't feel like doing that thing. Today is the 70 people have registered for this course. Just for your information, 70. How many of you are here? 15, 10, 15. Call it 15. Yeah. So what happened to others? They don't feel like coming to the session. Yeah, uh, maybe many of them don't. They don't feel it. So, uh, and that is true. You would not, every now and then, no matter how clear your goal is, you would not feel like doing that goal. And what is the problem with that? You are an international business, and you are someone who is dependent on the feelings you are feeling. I'm feeling sad now today, so I'm not going to do the task. So you are not goal oriented in that sense. You are dependent on your feelings. And then most of the times, think about it, where our feelings and emotions generate from. It's dependent. For many people, their feelings are not dependent on themselves, but on others. Like, if like, um, uh, what are the things people tell us our feelings are. Like, if I tell you you are beautiful, how would you feel? You're going to feel good. You're going to say, oh yes, thank you, yeah, you are looking beautiful. Yeah, you are very good looking. Yeah, so you will feel better. Yeah. If I say you are ugly, you don't look good. How you start feeling when someone says that? Yeah. So your feeling is dependent on what other people are saying it. And if that is the case, then of course there will be times when your mood will not be as good as it should have been, if you are dependent on what other people are saying. So on that, from that, try to think about it, that many times people would not feel like doing something, and then they won't do it, and then they are a little back in life, whatever it is. So So the idea is that you feel good or you feel not good. You feel like doing it or you don't feel like doing something. If something needs to be done, it needs to be done. I would like to share a story which is a true story, and someone told me about that. It is about an artist. So this was a stage artist in some other country, not Jamaica. So he was performing on stage. Yeah, he was performing on stage, and it is true story. Yeah, he was performing on stage, and it was about comedy. So he's a comedian, very famous comedian in his country. So he's performing, and people are laughing, and all of those things. And he knew that his father is not feeling well. He knew that. In some other town, like 1 hour away. His father was not feeling well, but he was doing his job and he was performing and all of those things. And someone comes and tells him, whispers in his ear during the break. There are breaks. Your curtain is down and you take a little rest, and then the next act starts, and so on. That type of stage show it was. So, um, uh, and it was live, of course. Yes. So someone tells him that your father is not feeling well at all right now. So the way they told him that, he knew in his heart that his father has passed away now. So now, very close to his father, of course, and all of that. So he did not say anything to anyone. Actually, it was his family member who came and who told him that father not feeling well. So what should we do? So he immediately knew that this is how they are trying to break the bad news to him. And but he did not speak with the stage manager or someone. He came on the show again. He did his job. People are laughing. He's cracking jokes, all of that, everything. So you can imagine his own what is going through in his mind and heart. But he's performing his job. And after the act is over, and because it was a live stage show, so you are repeating the same performance next day and next day and next day. So at the end of the show, in the night, after 2 hours, 3 hours, he told his producer that this has happened. So the producer said, why you did not tell us? So he said, well, people are here to see me. They have paid for the ticket and everything. So what was done was done. What could I do? My father has passed away, but I did my job, although I was not feeling to do it. Yeah, and this is a true story. I'm sure you guys are aware. You have heard these type of story where people did their thing. And um, I personally know of one participant in one of my sessions. They had final exam, and someone very close in their family, they passed away in this University of the West Indies. And it was a she. So uh, um, 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 she came and she took the exam, and of course not no, was not in a good frame of mind, but she just took the exam. Yeah, although she could do something else, but then there are then so many difficulties and whatever, so she just took the exam. There is another story which is coming in my mind, and this was broadcasted by the cricketer himself. Um, a, a famous star batsman. I was looking at his interview, and he told this in his interview that he was in on the wicket, and he was playing for his country, international match. And during the match, like people come for there is a little break. If you are familiar with the game cricket, there is a little break, just for few maybe minutes, in which if the batsman is a little bit thirsty, someone from the dressing room would come, their own teammate, and they will bring the water, or they want to change the bat or gloves or something like that. They just signal, and someone just quickly comes and they do the thing very quickly. So in that also, um, um, the same situation, father was not well, and the guy comes in the break and tells the star batsman that your father has passed away, and the batsman, of course, was very sad, and uh, of course, there is no doubt about that. Don't think that these type of people are cold-blooded or they don't have emotions or something like that. It is not that at all. So the batsman continued playing, and he put a good score for his team, and then he came out. And then, of course, he mourned and he went to the place, his father's place, and whatever he had to do, he did it. But in that time, it's like what I'm trying to say is look at yourself. Like people like you and me are the people who would eventually take on the career and go in international business and so on. So I don't necessarily want to discuss international business. I want to discuss the human element who is the manager of international business. So you are responsibility. You have some responsibility there, and the stake is big. It's international business, and or whatever it is. It's a local business. Does not really matter. In that they are going to things will happen where you will not feel like doing something. Maybe someone will say something. Maybe you are not motivated. You are some disappointment is there. Those things are part of life. So how to take them and how to keep working when you are just not feeling it, that I think that is extremely important thing to reflect on, think about it. And the interesting part for it, that is for different people it will be different strategies, different techniques. So you will have to go within yourself, and of course the article is going to talk about 4 strategy for motivating yourself. Self motivation. So you are not depending on others to motivate you. You are motivating yourself in adversity, in hardships, when people are saying things which are hurtful and all of those things. So I think this is wonderful topic to reflect, discuss, and find out your own answers or your own way of dealing with these type of situations. So that is what it is. Um, it is. So how to keep working when you are just not feeling it. 4 strategy for motivating yourself, and why it is important to motivating yourself. You should reflect on that also. um, like you can see, like you listen to motivational speakers, and whoever comes on stage, and you do you think that they are always motivated? No, nothing like that. Everyone goes down. It is life is up and down. It is not on one direction. There are things going to happen which, and you plan things, especially in the context of international business or even general business. You plan things, and just like in your life, you plan things and you have like, I will do this and this and this, and it does not go that way. It goes, you you things are going to happen. So in that, you need to do things to keep yourself motivated. So in that context was what Lisa just mentioned a while ago, that the end goal, desired end goal, how important it is that the goal which you set for yourself, you can relate with that goal. That goal is important for you. That is critical to find a goal which matches with your personality. So because then it will be like when you are working, it's you are working, and you are earning money from the work, but you are enjoying it. That is very important. Like I'm talking with you and it is work also, but I'm not feeling like working at all. I'm really enjoying it. And when you make comment, I enjoy it. Like when you are sending me journals or whatever coursework there is, it is work for me, but it's not work, because I want to read what you are writing. I want to learn from your experience. I want to see how you explain different things. What is your so so in that context, what I'm trying to say is that the work does not seem work. So it is easy to remain motivated most of the time. But then, of course, not everyone is lucky. And even if you like the job, there will be parts where you are not as motivated to do them. Yeah. So of course, there would be parts in that. In a business, you might be motivated to do, maybe might be interested in one aspect, and for other aspect you are not maybe that much interested. So this motivating factor also, we're going to reflect on that. So these were some things which are coming in my mind as I'm looking at the article. So, but let's go through it and see what we can learn from that. Motivating yourself is hard. Yeah, it's not. Trying to sustain your drive through a task, a project, or even a career can sometimes feel like pulling yourself out of a swamp by your own hair. We seem to have a natural aversion to persistent effort that no amount of caffeine or inspirational postures can fix. The inspirational postures, sit like that and do like that. But the human is naturally averse, naturally want to stay away from persistent effort, generally speaking. Yeah, so from that context, you need to find something which you can do for a longer period of time without getting tired. Yeah, think about that. Any activity which you can do for longer period of time without getting tired. What are those activities? Must be some activities in your life, and that is where your motivation is most of the time. That is where your passion is. But you also need to see that is that activity can be financially useful also, like you can earn some living from that also. So if that can happen, that is very good career path for you, because you enjoy it. You can do it for longer period of time without getting to. Of course we will get tired and we will need to sleep in the night. I'm not saying that you just work and you have to do other things also, but if you can find that type of thing, and that also pays you, I think that is how you would want to select the business idea for you, or career idea, or a job in an international business or whatever. Yeah, so think about that. But effective self-motivation is one of the main things that distinguish high-achieving professionals from everyone else. Effective self-motivation. Yeah. So how can you keep pushing onward even when you don't feel like? Yeah. How to do that? Um, Many things. Even before you read what the article says, you should think yourself how you can keep pushing onward even when you don't feel like it. Your commitment to your goal. Yeah, your purpose, why you are doing it, why it is important. Your enthusiasm for the job, for the work, what you are doing. Yeah, it's bigger picture. It's not just about making a living. You are helping the society. Maybe that is why you want to create some difference. Yeah, things outside of the salary, like which maybe you like to solve other people's problem. It gives you satisfaction. Yes, those type of things. uh, and if that thing is paying also, it will be easy for you to push on. But because in any job you do, there will be challenges will come. Any job, there is no job without challenges. There will be. Every job would have its own challenges. So in in life, what you are doing is you are selecting which challenges I need to take, which challenges are not really challenges for me. Yeah. That is what I feel it is. So purpose, commitment, those type of things. To a certain extent, motivation is personal. Yeah, what gets you going might not do anything for me. Yeah, it's possible. It's what motivates you, not going to motivate me. What motivates me is, you might think it is waste of time. What is he doing? Yeah. And some individuals do seem to have more stick to something than others. However, after 20 years of research into human motivation, the team of the authors, and they have identified several strategies that seem to work for most people, whether you are trying to lose weight, save for retirement, or implement a long, difficult initiative at work, or trying to make your international business successful. If you have ever failed to reach an attainable goal because of procrastination or lack of commitment, yeah, and who of us has not, you should read on, and they are going to talk about four sets of tactics that can help propel you going forward. So commitment is very interesting word, I think. Commitment. um, are committed to committed to uh, committed to that thing. And Vicky is making very, look at the chat also. Vicky is saying, if you enjoy your job, you will never work a day in your life. And we have seen this quote roaming around in social media. And I experience this. For me, it is a real thing. uh, Not many people can say that, but I can say that I can work 7 days literally, like Saturdays and Sundays for me to work. What type of work I do, I am very satisfied in that sense. Like the motivation is clearly intrinsic. Not in all aspects, of course. There are some like you're not going to find one job where you will like all the activities which you have, which you do. It's not going to happen. Uh, very unlikely that will happen. Some activities you will enjoy more in that job, some activities you will enjoy less. So if you can, like, if there are 10 aspects in the job, if you are loving 5, 6, 4, 7, then if the other three you are not really loving very much, it's still manageable. But if it is a job where you are not like, it's not fitting in for you, which is for most of the people I look around, then you are looking at the time. You are looking when 4:30 will be there, and I just go out from there, leave the work. Yeah. But anyways, four strategies. So there are four strategies for motivating yourself, and we are going to go through one by one, and that should keep us busy for next 1 hour. But because motivation is very, like, it's for different people, different things motivate you. So yes, they are giving you guidelines here, but you also reflect on, as we are trying to have a conversation on this, you also reflect what motivates you, and you reflect on that also. Like, it's very important that what tasks you pick for yourself is, even if you want to go in international business, there's so many activities you have to do, as you have seen on the in the recordings, how it is like every topic you can imagine is part of international business. Which topic is there which is not part of international business? You want to talk about social media, you want to talk about human resource, you want to talk about accounting, finance, marketing, strategy, motivation, leadership. Which topic is there? Foreign direct investments, all those things which you have seen in the recordings and you have reflected in your journal, everything is part of. So you can do anything in international business, but it becomes just easy, just like Vicky is saying, that if you can find something like, you are enjoying it also, then it is work, but it's not very tedious for you. You are enjoying it, you are learning something from it, if that thing is there. So think about these things. Anyways, let's look at the strategies. Number one, design goals. And it is very nice. Lisa has early on, like half an hour, she already mentioned that what is the importance of goal setting. Or so design goals, not chores. Yeah. Not activities. Design the goal and end goal. Yeah. Let's look at what they really mean by that. Ample research has documented the importance of goal setting. So I want to really say that if you are someone whose goal is not set yet, what you want to really do, I would really request and suggest, um, that, you know think about it. Um, Even tonight, if you can. This is very important. Goal setting is very important for all different activities which you are doing. So if it is the case you are not very clear, and it is okay, many times people are not clear on what they really want to do. That's nothing to worry about. But just start thinking about it. Yeah, if goal is not clear, you will not just know right away. But whatever it is, just start thinking about it. And Lisa is saying freestyling works well for some. So yes, very true, Lisa. And yes, that is what I like to do. It's for me, it is freestyling. And like if the task is very much like step one and step two and step three, and then I don't really, for my personality, that is kind of boring. So if it is like different task and different type of things, um, then it is more enjoyable for me, because that is how I crafted the coursework. Like everyone is going to write the journal differently, so that is why I did not give specification that do it like that, because for me then it will be like it's the same type of thing. Yeah, and even for the video I said you decide what topic you want to talk about, and that also gives you some experience of what is the topic selection and all of that. And uh, so this is, you need to like, and my job gives me flexibility of doing those things. You are flexible, like you can decide how you want to do different things. There is a lot of flexibility in the job also. So this is freestyling. So if you are someone who likes to work freestyle, if you have that personality, freestyling, and then your job is, which is like you are working in a call center, how much freestyle you can work there. Of course you are going to get tired from that. Yeah, but on the other hand, if you are someone who likes to do repetitive jobs and who are like okay in that type of thing, and every call you are answering, you will be assessed on that call. Like you might be behaving well with the customer, and the customer might still give you a one or something. Yeah. Oh, very nice, Vicky. Is it possible for you to share your experience? If possible, that would be very nice. We will learn something from you, if you decide. That would be
Sure, I
nice.
can share. Are you hearing me?
Thanks, Vicky. Yes, thanks, Vicky. Please go ahead.
Okay, so my background before I started UE was in accounting.
Yeah,
But most companies that I work with, I end up in some management position, so I kind of had the flexibility to do my own thing, so to speak.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But in 2017, I lost my job, and
yeah,
a friend of mine said, "Why not try a call center?"
yeah,
So I applied, and I was very shocked because I applied, I think it was the Tuesday night, and the Wednesday morning they had called me for an interview. So I was like excited.
yeah,
I went to the interview, and of course I got through. And
yeah,
then um, before I get to the whole work thing though, it was like everything that was said in the interview never materialized.
yeah,
So I went into training and was, you know, successful and stuff, and they tell you that you can move up in short order and stuff, and that I
yeah,
think that was
yeah,
one of the main reasons why I chose
yes,
it.
yes,
So when I had to go to work and sit in one position for 8 hours
yeah,
and take calls and listen to people cuss you out, and even when you feel like you're doing so well,
yeah,
and quality calls you and tell you, oh, we put
yeah,
a call for you, and this call was not very good. I
yeah,
was depressed. I worked there for 11 months, and
yeah,
training was 4 months. So apart from those 4 months of training, the other months were just really depressing. So for
yes.
someone like me working in that kind of environment, I will not be productive at
Very
all.
nice. Beautiful. 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 Lovely example, lovely example. Yeah. So that is not just, thanks for sharing your experience, Vicky. So it's not just call center or something. Generally, in anything you are doing, how to keep working on that thing when you would not feel. And Vicky used the word depressed, and yes, you are. It's not the real depression she's talking about. It's just saying that you feel kind of low. That the it's perform on the job and the customer is not still happy about that. You kind of, if you are not really motivated to attend the calls on a very intrinsic level, then your motivation is definitely going to go down. How you take criticism, what you are, so many factors are involved there. So uh, please think about that thing, and in the respect of goal setting and all of those things. Studies have shown, for example, that when salespeople have targets, they close more deals. So the emphasis is that target, so not a overall statement like, for example, doing your best. That's not going to really work. And that when individuals make daily exercise commitments, they are more likely to increase their fitness level. Abstract ambitions such as doing your best are usually much less effective than some other something concrete, such as bringing in 10 new customers a month or walking 10,000 steps a day. So instead of saying, I want to get fit, uh, maybe don't say that. Of course, you are trying to get fit, but set a smart goal. What is smart goal? I think specific for S, M for measurable, and so on. Yes, smart goals. And so that type of, maybe that is one technique which can be used as a first general rule. Then any objective you set for yourself or agree to should be very specific. Goals should also, whenever possible, trigger intrinsic rather than extrinsic motivation. That is, we discussed that in the earlier portion. An activity is intrinsically motivated when it is seen as its own end. It's intrinsically motivated when it is seen as serving a separate ulterior purpose. If earning you a reward or allowing you to avoid punishment, the research shows that intrinsic motives predict achievement and success better than extrinsic ones. So, intrinsic motivation is maybe learning from you guys. This experience is so wonderful for me because I can always ask you to share your thoughts. Vicky just shared her thoughts, and this is what motivates me in these type of environments, personally speaking, because I'm learning from different people here. So which I cannot learn in a book, because your experience is uniquely yours. Yeah. So this would be intrinsic motivation if I am interested in this type of learning. And that would help me to continue requesting you guys that please attend, please come. When you come, discuss, say something. And even when you say a little thing, I praise you, and then other people see it, and then they might be open to say something. So uh, what is why I'm doing all of these things? Yes, you might see that it is your benefit also, but this is one technique which is helping me to remain motivated also. Yeah. Otherwise, it might get boring for me, and then I'm not interested. And if I'm not interested in discussing something before anything, you will know that this person is not really interested in discussing, and he just came to just fill in the space, and that's what it is. So that can be very dangerous in private individual lives, and in international businesses that can be the cause of bringing the business down. Because in business, it is international business is just like producing a movie. You are in the movie, you are just looking at the stars, the actresses, and so on. And even in that, you are just familiar with the famous ones. Like, you might be, you, just the famous ones who are more famous. You know the names. Like, have you seen any movie in which you know all the cast names of all the cast in that movie? No. I'm sure you don't know all the names. You in the movie, maybe the actor, actresses, the lead roles, and so on. But there are so many important supporting roles. You don't even know their names. You know them by faces. That I know that actor and actresses, but you don't know the names. And these are the people who are coming on screen. In the background, there are so many people working, like the light, the technicians, and the editing, and the script writers, and the music which you are listening in the background, and in the horror movie that is making the case, or so the international business is the same thing. You see on the shelf, you are seeing a product. When you go to the supermarket, you are seeing your favorite candy, or the chocolate, or it's an international business. That chocolate is many times produced in the international market. Some chocolates are produced in Jamaica, yes, but like the Cadbury's and those type of things which we enjoy maybe more are international businesses. So we are just going and getting that bar and enjoying it, but a lot of effort has put behind that product. So even if one portion is not working well, then whole product is not going to well. So all people needs to be motivated in the same way. Take New Year's resolutions. We find that people who made resolutions at the start of January that were more pleasant, or to pursue, say, taking on a yoga class or phone-free Saturdays, were more likely to still be following through on them in March. So why they would be, when they would be able to be the ones which were more pleasant to pursue. If you make a resolution which is more pleasant to pursue, which is you are enjoying it, then it is, relatively speaking, the chances are you will stick to it. But look at the resolutions which we make. We make the resolutions which we have not been doing. That is why it is a resolution. Say, taking also, let's look at what they are saying about in March. Then people who chose more important but less enjoyable goals. Yeah, it can be important, but like maybe start running, start walking, get fit, stop eating pizza and all the fast food, junk food. But is you enjoy it. Yeah. So what are the chances that you are going to stick to it? This is despite the obvious fact that aspirations for the new year are usually tough to achieve. If they were not, they would not require a resolution. If they were that easy. Yeah, of course, if the external reward is great enough, we will keep at even the most unpleasant tasks. So if the end thing is very big, the reward is big, and they are giving example of undergoing chemotherapy is an extreme example. You have, God forbid, someone has cancer, so the doctors say that, well, if you go through chemotherapy, which is very very painful type of experience, still people would go through it, although it is not pleasant, but because the reward is very high. So then what is rewarding for you might not be rewarding for me. Yeah, what is rewarding for Vicky, for example, might not be rewarding for me. Maybe let's say Vicky is given the current job where which Vicky is doing is, let's say, let's just make a figure, she is making 80,000 Jamaican dollar. Yeah, let's say that. Yeah. So but if she works on call center, she could make 100,000 Jamaican dollar. But she might not want to work in the call center. It is more money, 20,000, but it's it's not as rewarding for her. Yeah. So uh, the reward, and for someone who is only looking at money, for, let's say, I'm looking only for money, so I would say, if I'm giving that situation, I would go for maybe 100,000 Jamaican dollar. If I have a $80,000 job, I would say, okay, I will get 20,000 more, so that is reward for me. But people many times forget that money, yes, it is important, but and it can make you happy to a good certain amount because everything is bought using money. But there are studies, you can run Google searches and you will find that after a certain amount of income, if the income keeps on increasing, it does not it's not uh, uh, directly proportional to happiness. Like if money income is going up after a certain after you have received certain comfort, uh, uh, the money is not the thing which is going to increase your happiness or satisfaction after a certain, like you have the house, you have the job, reasonable job which you enjoy, you have car, you have basic necessities, you are in good health, you don't have debt, you have a little bit saving, things are normal in your life. uh, After, and then you have a little bit of saving, uh, then after that you have extra income something. So beyond that now, if we keep on increasing your income, it will not uh, it's not necessary that it will also increase your happiness level also, because if that were the case, we think that um, I also think that you have more money, if I can have more money, my happiness will increase. And I'm sure you also think that, because we will be able to do various things with the money. But if you look at the rich people who are already rich, and you talk with them, they are going to tell you that yes, this is true, because after earning this much US dollars, then after that it does not necessarily is going to be more rewarding. The money alone is not uh, is not the factor which is going to improve the quality of life overall. Uh, um, but anyways, it is a little bit controversial topic also, because yes, many people believe that money motivates them, and that is true also, but it has limitations, if we can say that. In a work context, many people stay in their job for the money, feeling like wage slaves. Yeah. But in such situations, they usually do the minimum required to meet the goal. Yeah. So for those whose mini video, whose motivation is just money, they are going to just do the minimum work required and just move on. They are not going to burn their midnight oil to complete the task. They say, okay, work day is 7 hours. I'm going to, from that 7 hours, I'm going to maybe work on the project 5 hours, and then 2 hours I'm going to just go here and there. And when the time is over, 4:35, I'm gone. And then I will come next day and I will say, so what is that? They are doing their job, and they are not being fired or laid off because they are, but they are doing the minimum required. They are not going beyond the call of duty. It's not that way. Just do the minimum. Just do the minimum. And then many people are not doing minimum also. Like, thank you very much that you guys are here and you came. I really appreciate it. And you I requested you please come, and you are here. So I'm very thankful for that. But if you think about it, coming to the session is the minimum thing which one can do, is the minimum thing. But look at how many people have not even done that minimum thing. They are like 17, 15 people are here, and it's a 70. So 55 people are not even doing the minimum thing just to attend the session. And maybe don't say anything, just attend. They are not going to. And how many are going to listen to the recording also? No, not many are going to listen that. Not many. So minimum, why is that? Because they are not. It's actually, school is not. They are just in school because they have to. Because the world has told me, their parents have told me, go to school, and they don't know anything else, and they say, all right, let's go to school. Okay, let's do. Okay, 5 courses I have. Let's do the courses. Okay, this is compulsory course. Let's do it. Just do the course. Okay, just pass. Yeah. They don't want to understand what international business is about. They want to understand what is the coursework, what is the minimum thing I have to do. Next thing, they would want to know where the MCQs are coming from, what chapters I can just study and pass. I'm not talking about you. Not, don't take me wrong. I'm talking generally. Generally, maybe I'm sure there are friends in the class who are going to get, and I've seen your journals, and I've already started marking them, and as I'm marking, I'm sending back the feedback, and I'm so far very pleased you guys have listened to the recordings, and it shows, and you have done some critical thinking, and you will very likely people will get. I don't see people would fail or something. It is like they are getting 20 plus. Almost all the ones I have marked. Some people have done pretty well, like close to 30 and so on. So that is very good. But generally speaking, the trend is that people are doing things they have to do. Yeah, you don't, but you don't have to go to school. Like if you are not interested in school and you are 18-year-old, who says that you have to go to school and spend 3 years? You want to do something, why don't you do that thing? You are passionate about something, something which is going to, like, you will be fully involved in it and you will be working on it 24/7 and you're not going to stop, and you will be enjoying it. It will not be work for you. Is that thing better, or doing course in international business management is better? In the coursework, I could easily bring in more people, and I could easily make you talk, and everyone would have to talk, and you have seen in my recordings, those people were talking. You saw them participate in the discussion. Yes, I made them talk. I made the course outline in a way that they're not going to pass if they don't talk. So they are going to talk. So I know how to bring people in the class and then make them talk. but but I did not want to do that this time, because I wanted to see who wants to come on their own, who is interested in coming. So don't get surprised that why those people were talking. It's not that they wanted to talk. It's not that. You might get that feeling, wow, this class is very, like they are giving opinion and this and that, sharing their feedback. Nothing like that. Yeah. So so but what is that motivation? That is not, like when Vicky will speak now, which she did not have to. When some friends are making comments, like Lisa is making comments, or Latvia is saying something, or Sham is saying something, they don't have to, but they are still maybe participating. So this is something like that. Just I'm going a little off track, but that is fine. Just this last week, one of former participants emailed me, and she said that I am I should not say this in recording, but never mind. Yeah, so she said that I am selected for masters, and I am thinking, what should I do? Should I go for masters? She completed her. Uh, she is she is she completed her undergraduate, and now she's thinking about doing masters. So she said that I have a business which I can maybe work on, and I enjoy that business, and but I'm not sure what I should do. Should I go and spend my energies on that business, or I should go for masters? But I can't do both. But I enjoy my business also. But should I wait, do the masters, or something like that? So I said to her, go with your business. You are you want to do that. So education, you can. And where are you going to study? She said, at UB. I said, you have seen UB already. You have done undergraduate. What did you learn in your undergraduate? What did you really learn? Yeah. What did you really learn? Yeah. What did you really learn in your undergraduate degree? Yeah. You ask yourself. So it's the same thing you're going to learn in your masters also. Yeah. So, and you can do part time, and you can do on Saturdays, Sundays, and you can do that. But work, if you are becoming entrepreneur, and you will be giving jobs to other people. Yeah, Jamaica needs more people who can give jobs. We don't want people who want jobs. We don't have jobs. It's not a heavy manufacturing country. Yeah, we want people, entrepreneurial activity we want in the country. Yes. So she said, okay, I will do that. Yeah. So I don't know if that is correct decision or not, but this is how I I said to her. Now it's her decision. Of course, she could decide that she might still want to do MBA first, but to me, uh, maybe that is in her situation, she liked that activity. She wanted to do that. So for some other people, they might say, no, education is education. Yes, education is education when you are interested in that education yourself also. If you are also going to take lead, and you are going to study, and you are going to do something extraordinary with the time, yes, very good, that's very good, that's very good, then you should go for it. But if you are going to do just the minimum in whatever you are going to study, then what is that? You will be a minimum level graduate. So you won't be. Yes, if you are aiming for a 4 plus GPA, then yeah, that is fine. Please go ahead with whatever you want to do. But so these things are very important in international business also, because you want to select. That is why we started with the idea. Like what is the idea on which you are going to work on, and you are passionate about that idea or not, because the problems will come. So if you are passionate about the idea, then it will be. But sometimes we don't think about these things. So, and that is the purpose of our interactions, that we think about these things. Extrinsic motivation alone is unlikely to help us truly excel. So extrinsic motivation in studies could be your family is telling you, study, please study. If you will study, your life will become better, you will get better job. No, it's not like that. Study is not going to give you job. It is your skill set which is going to give you job. It is your experience. It is how many internships you have done during your undergraduate. It is your communication skill, it is your ability to motivate others, which is going to bring you. It's just education, bachelor's degree is, you think bachelor's degree is going to give you job? No. Same way is for your product. Your product need to excel in the international market. That is when you are going to excel in that. You will be. And that was the purpose for me to showcase you the recordings of students from Europe. Yeah, so make you see that who you are competing in the international market. I think that is a wonderful experience for you. Yeah, wonderful experience to listen to their thoughts, how they think, what are the things how they are thinking, and you guys have mentioned those things in journal. So that's beautiful. Yeah, so you are competing with those people in the international market. So intrinsic, but intrinsic motivation to study would be that yes, it is a required course, but you want to do it because you want to increase your knowledge in that. You are not doing it to pass the score. You are not even looking at that. You don't really care. You get a 30 or 35 or 20 in the coursework. You are. What did you learn? You care about that. Your If you learn something, you will get something in life. You might get Someone might get low score in coursework. That does not say anything at all. It does not say anything at all. So what is the like after this, at the end of the session, you somehow you find that one thing which motivates you, and you keep yourself motivated, and you find some passion about something to do, whatever it is. It's playing guitar, it does not really. You become the best guitarist in the world. You are an international brand. Everyone want to hear you. So that is the excel is the and the world, the way world is going, the way world is going. You have to be excellent in what you are doing. The mediocre type of thing is not going to work out for for anyone. in the future. Um, yeah, so please think about those things. Okay, Sav is saying something. Is she saying, please look at the chat. I think it is a good idea to take a break between undergraduate graduate and master so you can experience the world and figure out what you really want to do. Yes, very interesting. Very interesting comment. You can see it in the chat. Sav is saying that you can maybe take a break, and nothing is wrong in taking a break in that. Yeah, nothing is wrong in that. But I respect what Sav is saying, and I understand what Sav is saying, but I'm not saying exactly that. It's not about taking break. It is during the 3 years when you are doing undergraduate, you are on break. How many hours you study? You just study before the night, the midterm exam, and 2 nights before final exam. Most of the people who is studying throughout the semester, no one is. Very few people are. There are few friends who study and then their GPA is very high. It's not normally people are studying the how much time you spend in writing the journal. Were you writing the journal from the first session? No, you are not. You are not. It's not how very few people would be like that okay, first session, let me write the entry. No, you are writing last 2 3 days, 4 days, you say all right, due date coming, let me write the journal, let me listen to the recording, then let me. This is how generally speaking people are. So that is why maybe you are on break. When you are undergraduate, you are on break. This is break. In this time you try to gain experience and find your passion. Maybe I think that would be a would be a would be a would be a good idea maybe. But if you want break, that is, I'm not trying to target Savannah's thing. Is right, take a break, see, explore the world. As a matter of fact, in the international domain, people do tell me that they took like maybe 2 years off and they were traveling the world. And this is very important also, like experience the world, because I feel that the best education you can get is through traveling, exposure. When you are going into different areas, that is the best way to increase your knowledge in a very short period of time. Yeah. uh, in an ideal world, we would all seek out work roles and environments that we enjoy and thus keep our engagement high, but that is ideal world. Unfortunately, people often fail to do this. For example, the research shows that when asked whether positive relationships with colleagues and managers are critical in their current positions, most people say yes, but they don't remember that office morale was key to success in past jobs, nor do they predict it will be important for them in the future. So simply remembering to consider intrinsic motivation when choosing job and taking on projects can go a long way towards helping sustain success. Yeah, so if you are intrinsically motivated in the long run, it is going to help you, because people are not going to always like the way you are doing things, and they will question your abilities and they will question your way of doing things, sometimes vocally, sometimes in their heart, sometimes in their evaluation, sometimes different ways, sometimes behind your back, sometimes between their friends. They are going to say those will be challenging for you when you will hear that. Uh, yeah, all of that. So in that time, you want that type of. So it is very important in private personal life, in international business, in whatever you are doing, it is very important to find that intrinsic motivation. In cases where that's impractical, we don't all find jobs and get assignments we love. Of course, the trick is to focus on the elements of work that you do find enjoyable. I mentioned that already with my own example. Think expansively about how accomplishing the task might be satisfying by, for example, giving you a chance to showcase your skills in front of your company leaders, build important internal relationships, or create value for customers. Finally, try to offset not very pleasing activities with that you find rewarding. For instance, listening to music while tackling that big backlog of emails in your box. But of course, if you enjoy your job, then you would not want to listen to music or something. Like I have now backlog in my emails, like 70 plus emails there, so I don't have to listen to music because I want to listen to what you guys are saying. I want to read the, so it is enjoyable activity for me. So uh, that changes many things. Or do boring chores with friends, family, or your favorite colleagues. So this is what they are saying about, goal setting and not just chores. Yeah, and you shared some opinion also. I hope you will think about that. So that was number one. Number two is find effective rewards, how you are rewarding yourself, and that is very important, how you are rewarding yourself. Some tasks or even stretches of a career are entirely onerous, in which case it can be helpful to create external motivators for yourself over the short to medium term, especially if they complement incentives offered by your organization. You might promise yourself a vacation for finishing a project, or buy yourself a gift after losing a weight, but be careful to avoid perverse incentives. Yeah, what are perverse incentives? You have worked hard or something, but then the reward is going to go away, like the cheat days. Cheat days, you are dieting, people are dieting and they have cheat days. So they will diet for like 5 days, 6 days, and then on cheat day they are going to have two Domino's pizzas or Burger King and all of that. So what is that? Yes, okay, that some people say that is fine, but all the hard effort you have put during the week on the cheat day, you just, so what is the net result on that? Is that a good reward? Did you find yourself a good reward? How do you reward yourself at the end of the task? What do you do to reward yourself? That is very important to select carefully. Yeah, one mistake is to reward yourself for the quantity of completed task or for speed. We actually care about the quality of the performance. Yeah, an accountant who treats herself for finishing her auditing projects quickly might leave herself open to mistakes, while a salesperson focused on maximizing sales rather than repeat business should probably expect some unhappy customers, because maybe he's doing the thing very fast and he's not focusing on getting repeat business. So again, it goes back to goal setting. Like you are dealing with customers, you have international business. What is your goal? To complete the task, uh, complete the task after, right, complete your goal is to complete the task fast, or you want to leave the customer satisfied more? What is the goal for you as international business or whatever you are doing? Yeah, okay, that's very funny. Latavia, like 2 hours study break after 30 minutes of study. Very true, and this is very interesting, because I would have done that also many times. Like, you study for, like, you are sitting there, you from morning till night, and you realize at the end of the day you are sitting there for a long period of time. But if you calculate how much time you have studied, is very less. Yeah, I used to calculate in undergraduate. I used to calculate my time uh, when I would study. So I would, let's say, I would sit to study at 9. I'm in the morning, 9 a.m. Yeah, I'm there 9 a.m. So, but I'm not studying yet. I'm just planning to study. So organizing myself, and then I would just quickly see at the time when I'm ready to study. So it is, when I'm ready to study, it is 9:18 a.m. And then I'm studying, and then when I lost concentration or something, I would say, okay, I would just quickly write down the time. Yeah, it would not take long. I don't know if you have tried that, but I tried that. For me, it would happen very fast. Like whenever I'm not studying, I write the time. So I stop at 9:27. Yeah, and then when I'm ready, then I go to drink water or something. Now I'm back studying, coming back to study, and it is 9:45 a.m. now. Yeah, I start again, and then I close at maybe 10:01. Yeah, and so on, so on. So at the end of the day, it's like, and between, I'm eating and I'm like checking my phone and everything, and let's say I finish 9 p.m. Yeah, I finish 9 p.m. So everyone now says, "Oh my God, this boy is studying 12 hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wow." And then I calculate my own time, how much time I really study. So I find I studied 3 hours and 24 minutes in 9 hours, where I was really focused and studying. So what is that? You are better off. You say, okay, all right, I'm just going to study 4 hours. But when I'm studying, I just study. That's it. And after that, I'm gone. I'll do other things. But I start at 9. I'm not gonna leave till 1 or whatever. Yes. So that is interesting example which Latavia is maybe giving to us. One mistake is to reward unhappy customers. Another common trap is to choose incentives that undermine the goal you have achieved. Yes. If a dieter price for losing weight is to eat pizza and cake, he's likely to undo some of his hard work and re-establish bad habits. This is very important when you do cheat days or something like that. Well, for some people it works. Again, different techniques for different people, but it is just about, you don't want to give yourself wrong rewards which don't align your goals and your where you want to reach. So again, if you are trying to quit soda, which for example I am in real life, I consume a lot of Pepsi and this type of drink, and I'm trying to quit. So if I don't drink it for, let's say, a week, and then I'm having a craving, and then I have two, three sodas. What is, yes, what are you doing? It's, you are kind of re-establishing bad habits. Yeah. If the reward for excelling at work one week is to allow yourself to slack off the next, you can diminish the positive impression you have made. Yeah. It's so that is why very important to continuously keep on working. And that was the title of the article also. How to keep working when you are just not feeling it. You keep on working no matter what. Continuous effort. That is where the emphasis is. Research on what psychologists call balancing shows that goal achievement sometimes license people to give in to temptation, which sets them back. Um, in addition, some external incentives are more effective than others. For instance, in experiments, researchers have discovered that most people work harder, investing more effort, time, money to qualify for an uncertain reward. And you can read this detail in your own time. It's a nice example if you are just trying to give example of the same type of thing. But this is where I would like to focus for this loss aversion. Yeah, because what is this? Averting from loss, and trying to do activities which will take you away from loss. Yeah, so this is something which all of us want to do. No one wants to knowingly go for things which are going to create loss for them, but sometimes it is our habit. Like for example, for people who smoke, they know that smoking is not good. They know that, but still they do it. So no, yes, no one wants to harm them, but people like those, or soda consumption, just like my own example. I know very clearly that it's not good in any way. In any way, there is no positive of having a soda instead of the little high you get from that, if you get any. Yeah. So loss aversion, I want you to think about. People's preference for avoiding losses rather than acquiring equivalent gains can also be used to design a strong external motivator. This is a very interesting example. I would like to share this with you. In a 2016 study, scientists from the University of Pennsylvania asked people to walk 7,000 steps a day for 6 months. Some participants were paid $1.4 for each day they achieved their goal, while others lost 1.4 if they failed to. So if you take 7,000 steps, we are going to give you $1.4 every day. If you don't take 7,000 steps, we are going to take $1.4 from you. So then in this situation, people were more likely to go for 7,000 steps because they want to avert the loss. They don't want to take the loss. Yeah, very interesting example. The second group hit their daily target 50% more often. The second group, this group, which had to give $1.4 when they don't take 7,000 trips. This group, the second group, hit their daily target 50% more often. 50% more likely to do the task when they will have to face some loss. Yeah. Online service such as Stick.com allows users to choose a goal like I want to quit smoking and then commit to a loss if they don't achieve it. Like for example, every cigarette you're going to smoke, you're going to give 1,000 Jamaican dollars. So you can smoke. Okay, no problem. Give 1,000 to charity or something. They have to donate money to an organization or a political party that they despise, for example. Yeah, so maybe you like JLP, you don't like PNP, or vice versa. You have to give that money to the other party. That's very interesting way to uh, get rid of bad habits also. And the money should be something which is difficult for you to give. So for some people, 1,000 Jamaican dollar might be difficult to give. For other people, 1,000 Jamaican dollar might not be difficult for them. So for them, it would be 5,000 Jamaican dollar or 10,000 Jamaican dollar, or maybe someone even 100 Jamaican dollar is a lot of money. So they can't just give away. So for them, it is 100 Jamaican dollar. It depends on different people. But this idea of loss aversion, I wanted to you to maybe think about it, read about it, and try to apply it in things you things you do. So that was number two. And number three is sustain progress. Sustain. Yeah. Sustaining over a long period of time. When people are working towards a goal, they typically have a burst of motivation early and then slump in the middle where they are most likely to stall out. So in the beginning, early high motivation in the beginning. And then as you progress, your motivation goes down. Yeah, or in the middle or something, but many times just like when you joined UV, it coming just and just coming in university and or any university for that thing, your motivation is different, your expectations are different, you are in different zone, and you join and everything is high and you are like, but before you know it's midterm exam, then you don't perform well in that, before you know it's final exam, then the scores did not come high, so you wanted to maybe become like maybe get a very, you came with the high hopes, but you saw that that is not possible, and then your motivation went down, you say, well, I can't do that, it's difficult, and then you make friends who are like partying and having other type of activities, and then you go with them, and of course that is more fun, they are doing fun activities, more enjoyable, and studying is not enjoyable because it is not, you are not intrinsically motivated to study, you are just studying because you just want to gain a degree, you are not seeing the real purpose for school or something, or you want to just have fun, that is, nothing is wrong in that. If you want to have that, that is fine. But and then before you know, your degree is complete, and now by the time you are in second year, your maybe GPA has gone down, and then it's very hard to bring it back up again. Yeah. So that same thing with the international business, you go in the new market, yeah, you want to enter in Jamaica, and you are with high expectation, high hopes, and then something goes wrong. Maybe Maybe you did not understand the culture properly, or maybe your product is not priced in the right way, or any little mistake, and then the project is not going well. So you would lose the motivation if you are not really passionate about your international business. Yeah, it's very difficult to enter a new market. Extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. It's not easy to get accepted, and it's not easy to get accepted by many people. There are two companies, Pepsi and Coke. Which is the other third? Which is the third company in the world? Yes, there are many people who make black sodas, but majority is either Pepsi, either Coke. And even within that, yes, Jamaica is maybe, people say that more Pepsi country, but that was couple of years back. If you look at current statistics, Coke is Coke is, we don't know that. But if we look at the statistics and sales, if we have access to that, we will find that it is Coke. It's no more Pepsi country, but we call it Pepsi country. Yeah, but that's not for our discussion. The discussion is that the point is that there is Pepsi and there is Coke. Why there is no other company like on that scale? Yes, there are other Dr. Pepper and all of those, we know, yes, that's fine, but the scale is not big. Why? It's hard. It's not easy. Yeah, how many fast food burgers are there? McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, maybe three, four more. Why not more? Like, yes, there are many, but they are specific to countries. There are many in Mexico. There are, like, there are many in different countries. They have different brands. And they taste very nice. Nothing, I'm not speaking against them. I'm just saying that it's internationally speaking, how many are internationally established on an international level? It's three, four are really international. Like wherever you go, you're going to find. Wherever you go in the world, wherever you go, you're gonna find McDonald's. Yes, we don't have it for obvious reasons, but they came here. They were here some many years ago, but it did not work for them. So even a company like McDonald's, they can fail in different markets. Yeah, but still they are in the uh, they are in a good number. So then your motivation goes down. When so you how to keep yourself motivated on those times is the key thing to really discuss. And they have given interesting examples here. You can scan through that example quickly. They have tried to explain how your and what you should be doing. You should reflect in your own life, like your motivation. How is your motivation level? Like, is it like in some projects you start and your motivation is high? What happens to that after a while? Does it go down? Are you able to sustain your motivation? In which situations you are able to sustain your motivation? Personally speaking, on a very personal level, you should think that what techniques work for me to keep me motivated? What techniques work for me to keep me motivated, to keep on going forward? What are those techniques? What works for me? And what demotivates me? Is it that negative people demotivates me? Do I have some friends and they something, oh, it is not going to work, and it demotivates me? Find those friends and stay away from them, please. They are, no matter who they are. Who matters? Does not matter who they are. If there are people in your life who say some negative thing, or it affects you in a wrong way, and it takes for you time to recover. You have to manage that. At least let them know that, please, next time don't say positive if you don't want to say, but at least don't say anything negative, because of our relationship. When you say, I've not learned how to handle that negative term. I'm learning how to handle. So please don't comment on those type of things. So think about that. Is a very superstar batsman, a different one this time. And I was listening to his interview, and he said very something very interesting. He's one of the best all-rounders in the world, and he was saying that uh, when and he was captain of his team also, um, for the longest period of time in his career also, very successful in that. He was saying that when my team loses, I don't read the newspaper and I don't turn on the media and I just close everything. I don't listen to that negative. Instead, what I do, the night we lose, I need quiet time in that night. And I don't sleep until I figure out what were the major reasons and what I need to do to solve them. So instead of listening to what the media is going to say, because media is going to say bad things for you, your career is done, you are no more a captain, you are a disgrace to your country, all those things. So he said, I would turn off the media, turn off the media, and I would just sit with myself and find out what is the reason I did not do well. Where did I go wrong? What areas I need to improve? What areas my team, because it's a team effort. So it's so much relevant with international business because international businesses are team efforts. And I gave you some examples of movies and those type of things, to make you think about that. So uh, that was his strategy. But he would ensure that he sits down and think. And same way he said that when I win, when I win, at that time also I don't listen to social media and everything. And the interviewer was very surprised, so was I, because I did not think that. I said, why? I was asking myself, why you would not hear when people are saying good things about you also? Can anyone make some comment on that? We understand the captain was not listening to bad comments because that was going to hamper his, damage his morale. But when good things were being said, why the captain was not listening to that also? When everyone was praising him because he won. Can anyone think of some answer for that? You don't have to say it, but at least think in your head. What could be the answers? And I tell you the answer in a bit, but just giving you a time to think why it is important for that captain not to listen to good opinion. Yeah. Because he was saying that it is the same media. When I lost, they started saying that I'm no good. I need to quit captaincy. And now I have won. They are saying I am the best captain in the world. So, what is the merit of their opinion? The merit is when I will do right, when I will win, they're going to praise me. When I'm going to go down, they are going to say bad things about me. And he said a very nice line, and I've written down in my notes somewhere. And I wrote what he said. And he said that public opinion is fickle. It's fickle. And this is so true in life. You when you will do a good assignment and your journal entries are good and I enjoyed your opinion and everything, what I'm going to tell you, yeah, I'm going to, beautiful Alano, beautiful, what a beautiful one line. And second agreement, don't take it personally, beautiful. And please write down the name of the book also. I'm forgetting the name of the book, the four agreements or something like that. It's a must read. All of us should read that book. That is the book, my the four agreements. Okay, my mom gave me that book. uh, uh, yeah, and she said read it. And beautiful. Thanks for that, Alano. Really appreciate it. Don't take it personally. So if I say something in, okay, by Don Miguel Ruiz, thanks for that, Alano. Please search for this book. It's a very short book. It's not going to. I think for me it took like maybe a couple of hours to read it. But at least if you can't read full book, you at least it's 5 minute thing. Just read those four agreements, and Alano is referring to that. Don't take it personally. You in international business or anything, if you people are going to say your product is not good, this They are saying it to help you improve that product. No one is coming after you, like they don't want, like it's just and some ideas. uh, uh, Critics is often good to reinvent yourself. Beautiful, Lisa. Very good terminology there. Very good terminology. Reinvention. Yeah. How I can do things differently to to whatever I'm doing. Beautiful. Thanks very much for the pointers. So that is the sentiment here. Uh, Please look into the, they are just giving example to very interesting examples are their mental tricks, for example, and all of these are, mental tricks. Like if for different people, like Lisa is saying something else, Alano is saying something else, Vicky said something else, other friends were saying something else. They are trying to do the same thing but using different things. Yes. uh, and think about it, what is why, like, generally we don't like read books. It's very interesting, and it's very interesting. Yeah, generally we don't like to read books, generally speaking. Like, how many books you have read outside of the books which are in your courses, in your course outline? Most people even don't read those books, but uh, like for your, now you will have to read the books because the exams finals are MCQs and those type of things. So you will have to read it if you want to score high in your exams, final exam, and so on. But outside of that, people don't read books. So but do you know how many books Honorable Bill Gates reads in a year? Do you know how many books Mark Zuckerberg? He's international business, Facebook, one of the best international businesses, one of the most successful. Yeah. How many books they read, these top businessmen? How many books Honorable Jack Ma reads? Yeah, you will be astonished. They read books. They really read books. Yeah. So if you are not reading books, how you plan to manage international business management? What is that? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah. How you will bring your credibility that you are the leadership, like you don't know, you can't know everything, of course, but at least the famous things, the more important things, you should know. Yes. Yes. So very interesting, very good, very good, excellent, excellent. Very good conversation today. So these are mental tricks. Okay, these are examples. You should read them in your own time. Let's look at the last final point. Yeah, harness the influence of others. Others are going to influence you. The people around you, they are going to influence you. It is, we do get impacted by other people. Yeah, humans are social creatures. We constantly look around to see what others are doing, and their actions influence our own. Yeah, eating next to a high performing employee can increase your output, and this is so true. It's so true. People around you, if they are hardworking, you are going to become hardworking. Even if you are not hardworking, you would not be as lazy as you would have been if you were around lazy people. At least you would not be that easy. Like, it is going to rub off on you, even if a little bit, even 1%, 2%. But your company is something very important, and I think you should you should really reflect who are your friends and where do you spend your time, and so on. But when it comes to motivation, this dynamic is more complex. When we witnessed a colleague speeding through a task that leaves us frustrated, we respond in one of two ways. Either we are inspired and try to copy that behavior, or we lose motivation on the assumption that we could leave the task to our peer. And this is very true. This is not entirely irrational. Humans have thrived as a species through individual specialization and by making the most of their comparative advantage. And in simple words, what they are saying, that when you form a groups for group work in school, you would see there are there is someone, maybe Alano is in the group and he's doing more work, and maybe I am also in the group and I will say, okay, Alano is there, he's gonna take care of the thing, so let me just sit and relax because he's working hard. So so this happens. So I- either I will behave like that, or I will say, okay, Alano is, he's smart and he seems to be well read, and I looked at his journal entry and his, video, and he was saying some clever things. So let me also become a little bit clever, not maybe as clever as, and clever in a good way. Clever is not a bad word. What I mean is intelligent, well read, smart. That is what I mean by clever. So let me also become clever. So I might also read, like, I might have a conversation with Alano, like, on your reading list, what are the books you might want to read in the future? What authors you read, and then maybe, looking at that, or maybe, try to be his competition in the group. So two things can happen. Either I would, in the group setting, I would lose morale and I would just take a backbencher position, that okay, Alano is there and Lisa is there and they are smart ones, and uh, they will just work hard, and I will pass, like free riders, and they are always in the group. But or I could decide that no, I need to maybe work hard on my own also. So it can go either way. Um, so we again need to look at our own personality in that. The problem is that, especially at work, we cannot always delegate, but we can still use social influence to our advantage. One rule is to never, never passively watch ambitious, efficient, successful co-workers. There is too much risk that it will be demotivating. Yeah. So, and that is one factor which sometimes demotivate us. Instead, talk to these peers about what they are trying to accomplish with their hard work and why they would recommend doing it. Yeah. So maybe you are not someone who is going to read books, so maybe you can ask Alano that what, by reading books, how it has impacted you, what changes comes from, what is the advantage of reading books, maybe talking about that. And then you are, but you have to be still intrinsically motivated to increase your knowledge, because that is what you are learning from other people who who have shared their thoughts in their book, all of that. So but at least you would have to start from your end. The research shows that when a friend endorses a product, people are more likely to buy it, but they are not likely to if they simply learn that the friend bought the product. Yeah. Listening to what your role models say about their goals can help you find extra inspiration and raise your own sight. Yeah, it's very important. Uh, like, you do something and maybe your midterm is not good and you get maybe 20 out of 40 or 15 out of 40, and what do I say after that is going to have some impact on your performance. So I can say that, I can comment that, oh yeah, it's not good at all, and it's a very difficult course and most likely you are going to fail it. Now your motivation, you are going to say, boy man, I think I'm not going to pass this. And then what will happen? You will start studying less because you are not seeing hope in that. You're not hopeful. You're, on the other hand, you might get a 10 out of 40. And I say, no problem. Why you are worried? You still have 60% final exam. And in the past there have been other friends who have scored 50, 55 in the final exam. And yes, they, I'm not lying, there are people who do very bad in midterms and who just do some strange things in the finals. Yeah, maybe they were not spending much time in the midterm, and when the pressure came they just started studying more in the finals. Yeah. So what other people say, I think, and that is again very much linked with the international business environment, because every now and then your workers are going to feel down. It's no matter how big your business is, they are going to see, um, a dark, dark, like nothing is. I'm sure you have experienced this in life. Like there are some moments where you are not seeing anything like what will happen. No. Same thing for the international businesses. At that time, this the hope that I was reading this book, the summary of this book, the title was, I think, courage. So how to be more courageous. That was the sentiment of the book. You can maybe run a search on this. Yeah. So in the downtime, like in the low time, when you are feeling low, how to find that courage. Yeah. And all these things are learnable. Don't feel that if you don't have these things, you can it's you can be very shy, and you can learn to become a best public speaker in your community or in your school. No big deal. It's what it requires. It requires commitment. It requires passion, your very clear objective, your love for the purpose, all of those things. They have given some examples here, but I gave you my examples here, so you can read them in your own time. Uh, uh, but I would definitely want to discuss this. The positive psychology, flow. Flow is a beautiful term. In positive psychology, flow is defined as a mental state in which someone is fully immersed with energized focus and enjoyment in an activity. Please pay attention. Yeah? Don't look at the time that it is 5 p.m. Yeah? Almost 5. Yeah? Pay attention. In positive psychology, flow is defined as a mental state in which someone is fully immersed with energized focus and enjoyment. And I can tell you that in last 1.5, I was fully immersed with you guys. I have other things to do. I have to look at your journal. I have to mark them. I have other activities from the work. I have my own personal business to take care of. But when I was with you for the last 1.5 hours, I was not thinking about anything. Fully immersed. And I was focused. And I was enjoying also. So I was in the state of flow. What state were you in the last 1.5 hours? What was your state? Were you in flow or not? Have you experienced any job, any work in which you go in flow? So you need to find that flow. Read more in positive psychology. This is very important. Alas, that feeling can be fleeting or elusive in everyday life. More often, we feel like struggling to move forward in pursuit of our goals. Most of the time, this is what happens. In those situations, it can help to tap the power of intrinsic and extrinsic motivators, set incentives carefully, turn our focus either behind or ahead, depending on how close we are to finish, and harness social influence. Please reflect on these things. Self motivation is one of the hardest skills to learn, but it is critical to your success. It is very good to listen to motivational talks. They also help. I also listen to them every now and then. Nothing is wrong in that. But the driver needs to come from within, especially in the context of international business. If you are dependent on other people's, and your feelings are dependent on what other people are going to say in your private personal life or in international business or whatever you are thinking, then your success will be dependent on what other people are saying. So I gave you some examples of that cricketer, and so on. The article is written by a professor at University of Chicago, and it is published in Harvard Business Review, November, December 2018. Please see if you can reflect on these things. Uh, it's very important. It's critical. Yeah. And you don't have to reflect on all the things which were mentioned. Just pick up 2, 3 things which are close to your heart, and then reflect on them, and then take some action on that. Thank you very much.